Hey y'all, whether it's morning, evening, or afternoon, I'm just glad that you guys have decided to vibe with E. And yes, by now I should be your favorite podcaster because this is what, episode 7? Episode 7 by now. But y'all already know the drill. I just want you guys to sit back, relax, and enjoy this episode because you already know every vibe of the day is one of the special vibes. It's always a special vibe for real. So let's get into it. Today's vibe of the day is love. I know y'all probably like, I know she not about to go ahead and make a rant about love, all the positive things about love and all the whoop-de-whoop. No, I'm going to get to the nitty-gritty. I'm going to get to the good, the bad, the pretty, the ugly of love because love does not just have to be based on relationships. Love goes for loving yourself, loving the ones around you that you consider your friends, loving your family and your spouse, and your animals too. So yeah, I'm not going to compare animals to things because they are important just as much as people are. So let's get into it. Love is a deep emotion that everyone experiences at times and a point in their life. It creates a strong connection and inspires you to care about others. Love can bring in fulfillment to your life and help you grow as an individual. It is a beautiful thing that enriches our life in many ways. Y'all know I'm spitting to you like my name Moesha for real. Love is a complex and a personal emotion that requires trust, vulnerability, and open communication. It can bring joy and challenges, and it requires empathy and promises. It enriches our lives, guides us, purpose, and connects us to others. Love is a beautiful force that has the power to bring us closer together and remind us of our shared humanity. It is a language that is a beautiful thing that a lot of people fail to realize. Like, love is one of the many things that people, I feel like, at times play with. I'm sorry, y'all. Stop right in the middle of my poem. But I just had to say that right after that because I feel like a lot of people play when it comes to this L word. And the reason why I say the L word because a lot of people don't take it seriously. Like, love is not just a feeling, but it is like a decision that we make every day to, like, realize, is this within our well-being and happiness of our loved ones. So with that being said, when it comes to love, like, let us all celebrate the power of love by nurturing our relationships and spending it its light, light waiting and things like that. And may love guide us through the life challenges and joy and uplift us, inspire us, and things like that. Because you know why? Love is a powerful force that can connect us with others, bringing us warmness and joy to our lives. It is an inspiring empathy, promise, understanding, and drives personality growth. Y'all, I'm taking bits and pieces of my poem and saying it, and then speaking on, my behalf, just rambling on about my behalf about love. So let's get into it. After that little snippet from the Black Book, I'm going to just say this. When I think of love, it's not just by saying, I love you. You can just say it, and some people don't mean it. And the reason why I say a lot of people say it and don't mean it because, especially within a text, you can tell when it's genuine or not. If you don't put an I in front of that message, I don't think it's genuine. If you just say love you, I'm like, where's the I? Like, I gotta feel it, like you love me. And then when people say I love you, I feel like in order for you to say that you love me, you have to show me. Don't just tell that man, that woman, that boy, that young boy, that young girl, that baby that you love them, and you don't show it. And I'm going to get into it with the family first, because growing up as a child, I feel as though that's, your parents are your first teachers. Your parents teach you about things like, respecting your elders, the basic skills of life, and also the basic things before you get to school. And they also teach you about loving one another. My parents were real strict on the L word, because growing up in a 2-parent household, that's what we seen every day. Love. Yes, love is a beautiful thing, but at times love can be a little bit ugly, because sometimes you gotta do things out of love to show that you care. Like at times, me and my siblings, we go at it, but I love them to death no matter what. But I'm gonna go to war for them because I love them, and we go to war, go at it with each other, because at times, we feel as though like one feel like they right, the other one may feel like they righter than both of us, and then one just be like, I don't care, I know I'm right. But it's all out of love. It's not all to be spiteful. And a lot of people just fail to realize too, like, certain people do things out of love because they care for you, and some people just do it because they just don't give two hells. Don't give two hells. Don't give two shits. And I just don't like that. I feel as though love should be genuine. Like, everything that you do should be genuine, because why fake the funk? Why are you faking something that you know ain't right? I'm not going to sit around and fake something that's not right. Like faking your feelings, saying that you love somebody. If you know good and well you don't love that man, don't love that woman, don't tell them that you love them. Don't do that, because I say this all the time. Love, promise, forever. Yeah, love, promise, forever. Love, promise, and forever are 3 words that I say that are very, very, very strong words that you should not play with. And also hate. Because hate, that's a real strong word. When somebody say, I hate you, and it's out of anger, oh, they mean that. I ain't no fun and games. When you joke, you like, I hate you. Sometimes I be like, what I do? So I'm like, oh my gosh. And sometimes I have to catch myself. I'm like, oh my gosh, you don't hate that person. You let them downhill. But yes, when it comes to love, I feel as though love should start at home. You should learn love at home from your parents, guardian, grandparents, whoever is taking care of you. They should be the ones displaying you real love. And the reason why I say that I was going to talk about the family love, because like I said, growing up in a 2-parent household, I was displayed around love, and still is displayed around love, and displayed how a man should treat a woman and how a woman should treat a man, and how siblings should treat each other. Even though at times they get on your last monkey nerve, you still love them and care for them. You do things for them. You make sure they're good. You make sure they're safe. Comfort, things like that. You do it because you mean it. And that's another thing too. When I say actions, don't tell me you love me and you're not showing the action. You know the saying, y'all, actions speak louder than words. And in this case, when it comes to love, the action should be displayed. Don't just tell somebody you love them and then I'm quick to ask you why you love me. Why? Why do you love me? What in your mind gave you the reason to say, I love this girl? What do you do for me that show that you care? What do you do that displays that you love me? What is it that you do that displays that you love someone? So I want y'all to think about that. And it's still on the family, topic with love. We're on the family part of love because, like I said, whoever raised you should have taught you to love one another. And always show your love. Don't don't be negative. You know, don't be nasty. And you know, if you love somebody, let it be known, because you never know, that might make somebody's day. When somebody tell me they love me, and they be shocking, like for my siblings, because we don't say it to each other often, but we display it. You know, at times I don't tell them all the time, but I show it. But I do want to keep saying it now, so they know, like, I love you. You know, I love you to death. I show you and everything. I spend all my money and stuff on you. You know I love you. What? But nevertheless, that's another thing too. Material things don't always too show that you love somebody. Just taking care of them and being in a corner for real, I feel as though shows that you love somebody, because that's deep. That's deep. But a lot of people don't come from homes like that too, and it's hard, especially from people that have been wanting love all their life, and it starts with the parents. It starts with the parents, the guardians, whoever takes care of you. Those are the ones that need to display love to you, because once you get in that real world, you'll see who love you and who don't. Trust me, I know. And let's get into that too. When it comes to the friends, it's good and ugly too with the friends. But let's back it up a little bit with the family, because now this part blends in. At times, your family, you know, besides the ones that are in your immediate household, sometimes, you know, the saying like, I like you, I don't like you, but I love you type vibe. Some people don't love their family members or don't like them at all. And it be for the pettiest, craziest reasons. Or it be like, it's different types of love. Like, my cousin came over not too long ago, and we had a conversation. Well, she was expressing herself. And she was like, it's a different type of love that I have for you. It's like, I have the real love, and I have love. And she said, real love is defined as like, I really extremely care for you to the point where I would hurt somebody for you. Versus love is like, I love them, but I won't go as hard for them. And it had me question, like, whoa, do anybody else think like this? Like, the real love is like, I go to bat in a war for you, versus love in general. Like, am I really gonna go to bat in war for you? You know? And I could believe, and then when I started, you know, when I heard that, and when I had it replaying in my mind when she kept saying, I'm like, what the hell? Like, real love versus love. And then I started thinking about Mary J. Blige song, but I'm like, she talking about a man, so she said she's searching for real love. Someone is in my heart. You know the song. And I was like, that's about love. She trying to find within a man. But when me and my cousin had this conversation, we talking about within the family members, and I was just like, just in family and friends in general, I'm just like, whoa. And it touched me. I'm like, wow. And that's what leads me to the friends. Like, 50 Cent, one of my favorite quotes by 50 Cent is, show no love, love gets you killed. And why I say this is because when it comes to the friends, at times, when you do as much for them friends and they don't do as much for you, it'll have you in them predicaments where you are effed up. Like, if y'all ever seen Paid in Full, like how Mitch and all that stuff, I feel like that line just impacts everything, because like, when you show no love, like when you don't show a lot of interest, when they don't show a lot of interest in you, don't, you know, basically, let me just summarize like this. Don't just show all your love for somebody they not showing it for you. And I'm going to say this again. Show no love. Love gets you killed. I'm going to let y'all marinate on that. Listen about that. And if you don't know where that came from, 50 Cent, do your research like now. do your research like now. But yes, I know you're probably like, damn, you went straight in on the friends and the negative side. Because you know why? Because a lot of people don't go full into detail on why a lot of friendships end, and it ends in bad situations, and the love that they have for each other goes away. And the reason I say this is because I've been in situations where I love people and they didn't love me. I love them for them, but they love only what I did for them. Like Cash Doll said, yeah, he love what you do for him. You know, that could be for he, she, them. You know, they love what you do for them, but they don't love you for you. And I, you know, at this big age that I am now, like I'm out of high school and stuff like that, you know, when you younger, you know, your parents tell you going to see who your real friends are. And I did. And that's why my circle is small now, because the friends I have now, I love them to death. They the ones that kept me sane. Especially my best friends. I love them downhill. Like, it's years into this. Like, I love them to death. And I show my love every time. Every time to them. I tell them every chance I get to, I love you. I hope you're okay. Like, just showing that you love that person and letting them know that you're there mentally and physically for them. That's one of the number one things that a lot of people fail to realize when it comes to love. Materialistic things and money and shiznick like that do not define love, and that don't really mean you love somebody. Because you could just give somebody something and it's like, oh yeah, I love you. Like, what made you want to give me this just to say you love me? And it's not real. Then that's when I say too, a lot of people fail to realize when it comes to love, you gotta feel it. You gotta really feel it in your heart, in your soul, that you really love somebody. Because let me tell you something, love plays a tricky game on you too, even in relationships. But I'm about to get into that too. And the reason why I say I started off with the friendships, you know, on the bad side, because this generation that I live in, we don't show a lot of love to each other. We show a lot of hate. And it's insane. It saddens me, because, like, we all have potential for everything. You never know who loves you just as much as you love them. But the way to find out about love is when you display it. And now I'm getting to the positive side of love. When it comes to the positive side of love, you know that's your real friend when they there for you. They support you. They there when you need them the most. Like, mentally and physically, love plays a big part in things. A lot of people fail to realize because they're not used to it. They're not used to it. Like, if in a friendship, you know how they say that, you know, the good girlfriends and the rest my bros type love. When you don't see that much, you be like, what is this? What is this? Like, I don't know what this is. And let me tell you something. Love is a powerful force that connects us with others, that brings warmth and strength and joys to our life that we never thought we needed. And a lot of friendships that I had over the past year, even though they didn't last long, I love them. I did. I have love for them, but it's from a distance now. And you know, at times, those type of relationships, them type of friendships may rekindle. You know, may rekindle one day. Rekindle one day. I'm saying rekindle. They might rekindle one day. And if it does, that means it's real love and it was meant to be. If it don't, like, that's why I say, don't end on bad terms with anybody. I try not to end off on bad terms with anybody. However, if it comes to my respect, I'ma get disrespectful. Word to Jessica Dime. I'm so disrespectful. And I don't like being disrespectful. But if I feel like you playing with my intelligence and my love for you and stuff like that, oh, I'm gonna start a riot. And you ain't gonna like that. You like, dang. But let me tell you something. Like I said, when it comes to your parents, they do things too out of love for you. Your family members, they do things even though it might be effed up, but at times they do it out of love because they care for you. That's the same way that I think about it with my friendships. Everybody I deal with when it comes to my family, friends, and if I'm dating a guy or something, I'm going to treat you the same way because I do stuff. I'm going to do stuff because I care and I love you. I'm not going to sugarcoat anything. And that's another thing people fail to realize, that when someone put they all in force, invest and everything into you, that means that's a sign of, like, they're showing that they love you, that they got your back. That's when that mental and that physical come, that mental and physically emotion and stuff come in. Like, they really care. They really want to see you win, because a lot of people out here, like I said, will say I love you, and they don't really mean it. So don't say them words, y'all. Y'all know y'all don't mean it. Don't be out here telling that man or that girl, that baby, that girl, little young girl or young boy that you love them when you don't. And at times, this is what I'm going to get into, the relationship part. As they say, love will make you do crazy things. Baby, I haven't experienced that, because I never was in love like that before. For me, where it's my aunt and my mom, I never was in love like that before. For me to be in a predicament where love would make me do some crazy things. However, when I was in love, once in a blue moon, after that stuff happened, I had to love him from a distance, because, at times love do make you do things that you don't want to do, but you have to think, if it's meant to be, it's meant to be. But if it's not the time right now, be honest and straight up about it. Don't just have that person sticking around, and they sticking around, and you just making it harder. That's when it gets toxic, and that's when they start to love you from a distance, because they can't do it no more. So you got to be really careful what you do and things and stuff when you get in a relationship. And like I said, I was in love, and a lot of people be like, on Instagram, when they make them jokes like, when we go on FaceTime and stuff, I'm in love with you right away. No. I can't fall in love through no phone. I gotta fall in love with you in person. I can't fall in love through no phone. Like, what? How is that even possible? Like, how do y'all fall in love through the phone like that? I be feeling like y'all really playing. In order for me to feel like I'm loved from a guy, he has to show a lot. You ain't gotta spoil me with material things. You can spoil me mentally, mainly mentally, because I want to hear somebody. I want to hear you, help me, uplift me, be my supporter. Like, just do things that will help the mental. And it's vice versa. Y'all already know it's vice versa with me. I'm consistent with a lot of things. Like, I'm consistent with checking up on you, saying good morning, how are you? Are you okay? Things like that, because like I said, within the mental health podcast for the men, a lot of us women don't check up on our men, and that right there is a sign of love, because right there, people be like, that what? Huh? That's love? Yes, it is. You showing that you care for them, and then you don't even have to say you love them. At times, yes, us ladies, we feel as though that we need to hear that word, because we need to know that you love us. At times, I feel like I do believe in saying what's understood don't need to be explained. And it goes for all three parties, family, friends, in their relationship. If you know that y'all know y'all roles, you know what's going on, y'all know the vibes, you should already know it doesn't need to be explained. Now, let me tell you something. For me, I was hard-headed. I was like, what? Boy, you better tell me something. I don't want to keep guessing. Like, no. No, don't guess. I don't want to guess. Tell me straight up, because I can't do it. Like, I'm like, no. Tell me straight up, like, what's going on? Until, time went past, And I was like, okay, I know what you mean now. And you know what? I love you for that. I love you for really just telling me what it is, and I see what it is, because it's real. At times things happen in relationships, it's okay, it's cool, but like I say, just don't end on bad terms, because once you end on bad terms, that's when that hate word come in. Baby boy, y'all know Yvette always told Jody she hated him, but she really loved him type. Yeah, we don't want that. So that's why I always say, just be on good terms with people. Don't be on bad terms, because you never know. They can rekindle back in your life, and your relationship can be better than it was before. And that love can be deeper and deeper and deeper. Like, it's some friendships that I do want to rekindle, But in order for that to happen, two parties gotta come together. And y'all know that saying too, like the phone works both ways, yes. But at times it takes someone to really be prepared to, pick up their phone and text and be able to have the words to text what they want to say, like to say what they want to text. And I did it before, and it took a lot. I wouldn't say like a much lot out of me, but it took me a while to really like do it, because I'm like, what if I do it and they don't respond? What if I do it and they like, I'm done with you? We did end on bad terms, but at times, people could be like, I don't want to do it no more. I'm gonna love you from a distance. And I had my moments where I had to love some family members, some friends from a distance, and some dudes that I talked to from a distance, because like I got love for you, but it was starting to get rocky. It was starting to get toxic, and I couldn't deal with it. So I had to love you from a distance. And if you ever need me, you could call me, but I don't think it will be the same, no more like it was in the beginning. So when I say this to say, when it comes to love, just don't think of it as, just a word, because I feel like it's a noun, verb, adverb, all that good stuff, because you can show your love. You can love someone or something, but I feel as though once you say you love someone, show it. You know how they say, dang, I just messed it up in my head. Oh, Brownstone, because I was ready to say Tory Lanez, but I gave it to the people that originally said it. You're going to have to do more than just say it. You're going to have to do less when you prove it. That was them two lines right there. I feel as though it's impacted with love too. So just like if you love me, say it. If you trust me, prove it. And with a relationship, if you want me, show it. Y'all know the song. Y'all know the song by now. Please look it up. Either Brownstone or Tory Lanez version. But yes, y'all, like, just if you say you love somebody, be real and stand tall and firm on it. Don't be having people out here feeling like they not loved. Cause I'm gonna tell you something. When you just out of the blue tell somebody I love them, like I love you, just out of the blue, I don't care if it's middle of the night and they sleep. Them type of messages I ain't ready to hold. They get me in the morning. I'm like, oh my God, what you doing up that time when I ain't thinking about me? And it's vice versa. Like I send them messages out like, I'm just thinking about you, I love you, or what you doing. I know you probably sleep, but I just want you to know that I love you. So I say this to say, y'all, when it comes to love, don't just think of it as a word. Think of it as many things. And don't be afraid to show someone that you love them when it comes to your family, your friends, your your lover or potential lover. Don't be afraid to let them know what's going on and how you feel and why you feel the way you feel. And don't be afraid to tell them why you love them, because I ain't gonna lie to you. Once you tell somebody why you love them, that just turns everything around and makes everything more smooth sailing. Like, I don't care if you write a whole book saying why I love you. Just make sure you tell it, but you also back it up. So you know how they say you talk that talk, make sure you can back it up and things like that. So just always remember, like, don't be afraid to tell somebody that you love them, because you never know when it can be your last or your last. So as I end out with this episode, I hope that you guys got a clear understanding of love, or got a little bit more information and insight on love when it comes from your one and only Eve. Your one and only Eve, who was on a poet on the side. About to start mixing some of the episodes with some poetry at the beginning, and just going straight into it like I always do. But yes, I say this to say, I hope you guys have a beautiful day. Whether you're listening to this in the morning, afternoon, or evening, midnight, whenever you're listening to this, I just hope that this puts an impact to you. I hope that you are able to listen to me, like take my advice, because that's the whole point of this podcast. Somebody learning from me. And yeah. I just love to hear y'all feedback as well. Like it brings joy to me, and it helps me like impact on some things, and take some criticism, things like that from y'all as well. But yes, I hope you guys have a beautiful day, whether it's rain or shine. Like I say all the time, it's summertime, so please stay hydrated, be safe, and be careful. Peace and blessings to all you beautiful people out there. And you guys will hear your favorite podcaster by now voice soon. Bye, guys.